tent.
I need you to speak with animals more often to talk with Diana. Or talk with
There you
Leopold.
go.
Like, have conversations
If you
with
know
them.
Elven, you could talk to her.
I know speak with
She can't
animals.
talk back though. Like he would just have to make up
Yeah,
the
yeah.
conversation.
If I speak with
And you
animals,
can't
though, I'd be
actually
able to be
command her
like...
to do anything.
It's like I can talk to my
If
cat
I
for
speak
all
with
I
animals, I
want,
can actually
but
have a conversation with them. I can, like, ask them, like, what's your opinion on Magnamarian politics?
oh, I thought you were gonna
Would
be
you vote
like,
for
is this
Mayor
very
Grabaris
vague?
again?
Oh God.
She'd nod yes.
She doesn't know any other way. Okay. Eventually, when you guys get into
Grabby's
the
a
tent,
friend.
the tent's really just as basic should get. It's pretty clear that these guys had to like makeshift their living quarters, so everything is just makeshifted away. Really just basic beds that are really just more blankets on the ground, you know? Not an actual bed, just blankets on the ground. Rocks for pillows for some, whatnot. But
Looks comfortable.
yeah, other than that, that's pretty much all that is really in the tent. And after like maybe 10 minutes, eventually he arrives. So is there anything you guys would like to do or say to each other before?
So, I mean, that means the invisibility sphere is probably wearing off if it takes them 10 minutes to get here, because that only lasted 16 minutes.
Yep.
So I tell everybody
you
to make
have...
themselves, like, discreet and stealth.
I am actually good at that. Hooray! Where's stealth? Stealth! Yay! But I'm like, well, okay, and like I do it, and I'm like, this is not gonna work though, because I already know that like you guys are not very good at hiding. At least in from Nizzo's point of view, you guys are painfully bad at hiding. Maybe
We're
he's
both
not
trying
sure
to
pretty
if
good
it...
at
stealth?
hiding. Amara is
Yes.
pretty ass.
As the invisibility sphere is wearing off.
You're inside a tent,
Amara's not
but
even gonna try.
apparently some of you guys feel like trying to not be visible to... I don't know. What do? Hide behind the blankets? Where are you stealthing?
Well, we're just hiding. We're just hiding like as it
I
wears off before he
stand
gets
in
here,
the
basically.
corner.
I'm just trying to, like, avoid detection from outside the tent.
Okay, so you're making sure that there's no like cracks and openings in the tent, and you're not standing.
Yeah.
In
Like
the way
we're not
of
trying to be stealthy
it.
from him once he gets in here, or like trying to
Right.
hide so we can like ambush him or anything silly like
There's
that.
just nowhere to hide.
We're just trying to...
Is the point? It's just
Yeah, yeah.
blankets on the ground, you know. So.
Yeah, I'm not standing in the, like, in the crack of the
Yeah, understood.
Yeah, Nizzo
Okay.
probably still is doing a decent job, but that he has a huge big advantage on the fact that he's 3 feet tall. So I mean,
Yeah, he's under the rock. Yeah, when he comes in, I make my presence known to him, and I greet him. I guess I've tucked away the Sahedron medallion,
Okay.
so it's not visible.
I added him to the map on the left side so you guys can see yourselves and stuff through
Yay.
the conversation. And this is what this guy looks like.
He looks serious.
He is serious, Sam.
Oh, he is serious. Boy, will he
He's
be.
got rebel leader written all over. He looks cool. I like him.
Alright.
I tell him, if it's any consolation to you, or if it means anything to you, we helped to liberate Jorgenfist from the forces that tried to overthrow the elder Kona back when Mokmurian was in control of the giants there.
I
We
do
I'm gonna
not
see
protected
if
the
I
stone
can tell
giant
if he-
matriarch.
if that registers anything to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't think he recognizes the name Kona?
Does he recognize the name Jorgenfist at least?
Yes,
seem like
it does
that?
look like he
Okay,
recognizes
so-
Jorgenfist, and he says, "Ah, a number of stone giants arrived from Jorgenfist. Quite a number, actually."
Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm glad to hear about that. That they're, well, I mean, I'm glad to hear that they are still alive and safe. After all the trials and tribulations we've had, I would like to consider us friends of the stone giants. At least some of them, and hopefully an ally of yours.
Hmm. He like looks at the amulets some more.
Oh, I said, as I said, if you want to examine one up close, you'll see that it's not an actual Sahedron medallion. I fabricated one.
Mind if I examine them all?
I say I don't mind, and I gesture for the others to let him.
Nizzle will come out of hiding and give his over.
I say take your time with them.
Okay.
If you don't mind me asking, what's the concern about the Sahedron medallions? Would
So
it
I
really be
tell
so bad if
Nizzo
they were
that
real?
I tell Nizzo that the actual Sahedron medallions they let the Runelords use whoever wore them as proxy.
Oh, yes. I couldn't remember if we actually had a character I knew that, but I wasn't sure if Nizzo knew that already or not.
Yeah, I don't know if he knew that. That's why I'm explaining it.
Yeah.
Henrik knew
would have
that from the
learned
beginning when we
that,
first
yeah.
got one. But like since we didn't know that
At the
Karzog
beginning, you
was
didn't
like
know
a thing
Karzog was
back
even
then,
around
I was like,
anymore.
oh,
Yeah.
like yeah, they used to use these as, you know, they can use people as proxies,
Got
but they
it.
also give you a nice
That probably would be
+1
something
bonus to
Nizzo's
save.
heard about. Yeah, so this is probably the first Nizzo's heard about it then.
That's why I was wearing it before, because it was like a
I think I
medallion of
remember.
resistance.
I think I remember even at the beginning when you first met Nizzo, you were still wearing it then, and I remember out of character, I was thinking like, uh-oh, that's probably not smart, but I wonder how that's gonna play out. But yeah, I guess at some point you figured it out anyway. So
Well, I mean, once he like announced his presence to us when like he did the
yeah, at that point
corpse
it's like,
thingy on Mokmurian, it was like, probably shouldn't be wearing this anymore.
yeah.
Okay. He puts his hand on each one of your guys' amulets as you notice that he's probably attempting to he's not casting like detect magic, so therefore he can't spellcraft, but your better guess, Henrik, mostly as a magic caster among the all of you, but I don't know, most of you guys will recognize this. Maybe, I don't know. It seems like he's trying to use device to see whether or not it's usable.
Yeah, to force it
Yeah.
to. Which you can if you have a strong enough force of personality, you can get things to work for you.
Mm-hmm. And he recognizes that not a single one of them is like even a magical device, or at least
Yeah.
not usable. Like this is a dud.
Yeah,
you
not
know?
responding to.
Mm-hmm.
It
Where he
looks
knows
like
the
a
other
real one,
ones-
but
Yeah, he knows that he's good enough at this that he should have been able to activate one. So he seems confident that that is not a real Sahedron rune. And then he says, well, be careful wearing that. Some people might recognize that it's not real.
Oh.
I nod.
Ooh, I just
It was good
noticed
enough to
that
get past the first guards, but we'll be careful.
about your ring?
Yes, this ring. Not many of us have one. It allows me to approach and enter the spires. Without a medallion or a ring, you will not be able to. In fact, those who have tried didn't live.
Hmm. I say, is that because there were guards who checked for them, or because of magical wards that didn't recognize it as a valid one?
There's magic protecting the spire. No one can enter
I see.
unless you bear the ring or an amulet.
So what you're saying is that if we want to get into the spire, we're gonna have to get one of those things.
So that's your intent here. You're trying to get inside.
Well, first we have to figure out where the Runelord is and prevent him from ascending back to power. But that is our goal. It won't be an easy task, so we're looking for allies wherever we can find them. And even if it's liberating those who want to be free from Karzog, that'll still help us.
I'm rallying a group of giants to leave this accursed city. I'm not sure how we can help each other.
Well, I'm sure that trying to get you and your people to leave won't be easy, and likely you'll likely run into opposition. Perhaps it would be a good opportunity for us um, to take allies away from the Rune Lord. That would help both you and us. I doubt that these rune giants will let you go, but if you had some help, and I look to us, maybe you could defeat them.
My task has been difficult due to certain leaders. If you were able to assassinate them, perhaps it would be easier for us to take the final step and leave.
I'm willing to listen to your plans, but assassination isn't my moral strong suit.
Well, I'm assuming that really the issue is we just need them taken out of the picture. Whether they're assassinated or whether we go there and send them out of Shinshalas somehow,
No,
probably doesn't matter.
I want you to assassinate them.
Well, who are we talking about? Who are we dealing with first?
He says Perhaps my men can assassinate them if you create a distraction instead. And he sits there in thought for a second. He says, if you create a big distraction to the north, such as attacking the dragon Galorphiax? Oh my god, this name is too much for me.
I think that one should be written out. We'll figure out how it's pronounced.
Whew, okay, that guy.
Chlorophax.
Glorofakes.
Glorify.
It's probably Glorifax, yeah.
Glorifex.
Glorifax.
He says you could attack him, or you could even attempt to scale Mar Massif so that I can lead the giants south out of Jinshalast without attracting the attention of the rune giants.
So provide a distraction.
Yes.
And what do we get for this again?
There'll be less giants in Shinshalast. Less people helping Karzog.
And we pretty much die.
Nither.
If we do our job well, we won't.
Oh, when was that spell card? Oh, that sense motive was earlier. Okay.
That was a while back. That was when I was trying to determine if he recognized, like, how he was reacting to, like, the names Henrik was listing off. Like, oh yeah, Kona and Jorgenfist and all that stuff. I was seeing if he, if that was
yeah.
stuff he actually knew what we were talking about.
Okay. So either one of these options would present you an opportunity to escape.
Perhaps.
Well, we want to give you the best opportunity to. What do you guys
What's the danger involved with scaling Mare Massif? Is that just going to draw a bunch of giants to us, I guess? Like a lot of the cloud giants?
Strange creatures, and you'll be next to the spire. Where the
On the surface, it sounds easier or safer.
magical
but...
field is that I'm warning you. We'll kill you if you try to enter. We have witnessed it. It's as if they're just floating in extreme pain, and then they die.
So perhaps the dragon would be much safer then. As odd as it may seem.
And I think to scale more massive, we would need like these magic items he's talking about to get past the wards.
The ring and the amulets, right?
Yeah. We'd probably all need one.
I agree.
I guess, Gyukak, if we are successful in freeing your people, would you give us your ring?
This? He chuckles. This isn't real.
Oh, just like our amulets.
Ah, okay.
But
Do you know
can
where we
enter
could
the
get
spire?
some?
No, I cannot. But they believe I can. And he looks like out beyond to where the encampment is.
We'll just have to find some more of these so that we can get to cars.
Could we anti-magic field our way in?
I don't know.
Only one way to find out.
Yeah, that's well, I guess I asked Gyukak how much time would it take you to get your forces ready to make their escape and to deal with these leaders.
Oh, they'll be ready at any time. I guess the real question is how are you going to get across the city?
Yes, we've just entered actually. We need to find out the lay of the city and I guess also where this dragon is.
Also, where's Abysm's Auric? Is it just like tied up somewhere outside this camp a little ways off or something?
No, I thought Amara was leading him around because she's the giant, right?
Oh, okay.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
I was basically going to offer it to.
The Auric outside of the tent.
I was basically intending to offer the Auroch to one of these giants, maybe even
Right.
this guy. So if there's any question, what were you doing in there? It's like, oh, I was trading for this Auroch.
This dragon's lair is at the northwest furthest point of this map.
Okay.
Is that where the stairs start climbing the mountain?
More to the west of those, but sort of.
I asked him if there's anything else he can tell us about the dragon, like what kind of color it is.
Ah, so you're interested in taking my offer?
Yes.
This is all right. We shall talk. This dragon is blue.
A blue dragon. I ask him, do you know, this is a big if, but do you know how old it is?
I know that he is very, very old.
So he's probably bigger than you.
Gargantuan in size.
Whoa, okay, yeah, that is old. That's like, what's his name old?
The guy at Rhyme Skull?
Yeah.
I figured he's probably at least as powerful as that guy.
What
if
was
not
that
stronger.
dude's name?
Rhyme Skull Dragon. I don't know.
But
you never
that
asked,
dragon was
so-
white.
We
This
did
one's
know his
blue.
name because it was legendary, but yeah.
Oh yeah.
He had like a.
He was famous in
There were
history.
a bunch of legends about him, yeah. Like you could roll on knowledge history and know about that guy. He was like a ancient white dragon or something like that.
Ancient white dragon, Archrist?
Oh yeah, Archrist.
Archrist, yeah.
Well, yeah, we've dealt with.
I just remember his AC was so freaking ridiculously high that I could only hit him on like a nat 20.
I was rolling. I was casting.
He had spell resistance as
True
well.
Strike. I was casting True
Yeah.
Strike, and I still had a chance of missing.
Yep. Yeah, and supposedly white dragons are like the weakest dragons, so I mean, it's gonna be tough.
Comparatively.
I actually specifically bought, because remember we had this whole plan where like I specifically bought a wand of acid splash so I could acid
Yep.
splash it from greater invisibility, and he's like, "That's I'm gonna go versus touch I see. We're gonna acid him to death." And that was like our plan, but then we luckily didn't like. I don't know if we either snuck past him or he watched us and we didn't take his loot, like any of his hoard, so he let us go past without bothering us. I know we got him low enough that he like ran away the first time, so it's possible he saw us a second time and just decided not to attack us if we actually didn't touch his hoard. Because I think we told him the first time we didn't want his hoard, you know. So maybe he was like, I don't know. I mean, I'm just speculating on that. I just know we didn't fight him the second time we came by.
Okay. So you know
yeah,
that's pretty far away to get to.
This guy needs to give us more than just removing some of the giants for either taking down a dragon or one of these.
What, just helping out these giants isn't enough for you?
Is that what you say, Amara, or how do you relay that to your allies?
That's what Amara is saying.
Out loud, so he can hear it?
Like, not monetary wise or item wise, but
Oh no, you guys are having a conversation. I'm just curious if that was in
Right,
conversation. Yeah.
right. This
Yeah,
is what Amara
it
is
was.
saying.
Okay.
She's saying it in character.
He looks at you and he says, I didn't ask anything from you. Like I said, I don't think we can help each other. We're in opposite directions. He says, this one, and he looks over at Henrik, seems to think us leaving is hopeful.
Oh, I think it is helpful. But I'm not sure it's this helpful.
He shrugs. We will still leave.
What
we
do
will
you know
find our
of-
way.
Lizzo says, I want to help them anyway.
Okay.
Well, look, like, if the giants are being made to work, then removing them from this situation will hinder Karzog.
I guess technically I'm lawful neutral, but I think Nizzo probably definitely does lean much more towards lawful good.
If he doesn't have these giants as a workforce, then we will be slowing his rise, hopefully. Which is,
Okay.
I mean, I think it's an indirect way of helping us.
You seem
And
to
who
think
knows?
he's gonna rise
Maybe
soon?
I tell him that we've spoken to Karzog, and he is very anxious to rise. We haven't spoken to him in person, but we have directly spoken to him.
None of us have.
None of us have what?
None of us have seen him yet.
We've seen a manifestation of him. Twice, actually.
Some of us don't think it's gonna happen. He's stirring, for sure. It's been 5 years and it's obvious. But some of us don't think it'll happen.
I tell him that when we defeated Mokmurian, Karzog possessed his corpse in a strange green fire, and like he basically mocked us. And then when we were inside the rune forge, he animated a statue of himself and also similarly spoke directly to us, threatening us that if we came here we would face his wrath.
Mokmurian. Who's that? Another one of the giant leaders?
He was.
He was the one mobilizing them in Jorgenfist.
Yep, he was
What's
a puppet
this
of
rune
Karzok.
forge?
Henrik explains it briskly. It's where the Runelords forge all of their creations and where they do their studies.
You can see his eyes light up. Where is this at?
I tell him it's somewhere very special and very dangerous, that I wouldn't recommend going to it. We were trapped there for a long time.
The guardian out front still guards the place. We were
Yeah.
lucky to get past it.
But
There's
where?
a dragon there that's just as strong as Glorifax.
Rhymeskull.
Probably. In Rhymeskull.
Oh.
Mountain to the far west of here.
You have proven useful. I might seek out this rhyme school.
Like I
Would
said, I would-
strongly advise against that.
I'll have an army. It's okay.
Eh,
But why do you want this rune forge?
He kind of like tries to shrug it off and says, "Oh, don't worry about it. It's just neat sounding."
I'm gonna try to read his mind.
yeah, I was going to say, that sounds like a sense motive.
Let's read his surface thoughts about it. So I'll put the -20 modifier in here. So I'm specifically trying to read his mind about it. Read his surface thoughts. So there'll be that 13 against his bluff check. I'm probably not gonna be able to read his surface thoughts, most likely, but you know, maybe.
Maybe it doesn't have
Maybe he
bluff.
doesn't have ranks in it. If he doesn't have ranks in bluff, it's a decent chance I can do it.
Okay. Amara, you trust that he does want to get these giants out of the city. That seems genuine. But it seems like he definitely is displaying interest in Rhymeskull and this rune forge that was now mentioned. Perhaps you don't know why, but it definitely seems like he's interested in it. More of an innocent interest, like, oh, magical place? Oh, I want to go check it out. But you don't know the details of that. And Nizzo, unfortunately, you can't seem to read his surface thoughts, and you're not really
Darn.
sure. Only Amara is getting this feeling.
I mean, if you didn't have the -20 for trying to read surface thoughts, it would have been a 33 sense motive, but yeah. Not for reading minds, though, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, I just tell him that I would advise against going there. It's a lot more trouble than it's worth. But anyway, yes, I asked the group, or are we all together on this, that we're gonna go and try and get rid of this blue dragon, which is undoubtedly, you know, an ally of Karzog. So I think that would also be in our interest to get rid of.
Yeah, it takes away one of Karzog's more powerful minions and weakens his workforce by liberating the giants. I think it's all in our best interest to do so.
Yeah. Alright, so I think our next objective should be to try and go and find this dragon's lair.
It sounds like getting through the
Before
city
we
is going to
leave,
be a problem, though.
Can we ask for more information on the other creatures that are here? Perhaps what's in the spire, if he knows.
I don't think he knows what's in the spire. He's never been in there. Right? I ask him, you've never been in the spire.
Right. I have not. But make sure you don't let that word pass.
But
I won't.
in the mines or in the tunnels, some of the other giants have mentioned that they're strange creatures, right?
Yes.
What are those like? Just in case we run into something.
Give me a second. Which one's it gonna be? He mentions that there are these strange beings called the Spared that dwell within tunnels in the lava area.
Mm-hmm.
And for the most part, we avoid that area. Because these creatures, there seems to be some of them are normal, and they're not really intelligent. They're not very intelligent, very kind of primal. But we've ran into a few of them that seem rather bloodthirsty.
Hmm. Well, I mean, I actually tell him that
Why
these
are you
tunnels
going into
were.
the tunnels?
Well, we're not going into those tunnels anymore, but we did discover those. The other tunnels that we've been exploring, we've seen creatures. You know, just pause for a second. This is where the game master has this like conflict of description because right away I know you guys are gonna know what it is. So I'm going to just
Really?
well, maybe, but I know I'm just going to describe it by the description. And yeah. So he says there seems to be creatures that stand like a man, yet is half again the height of most men, and covered with a coat of thick white fur.
Like a yeti.
Told you.
Or like those abominable snow creatures.
Told ya. Told ya. Told ya.
We did hear about those before, though.
We did actually. We knew about Yetis before we came here. I don't remember exactly the context, but I do remember hearing like something like, "Yeah, there are Yetis in there. There be Yetis there."
I think
Like
our Fey friend told us that.
I think so.
Okay, and then as for the other creatures so the ones to the east in the lava area, they're not exploring those areas because they keep running into these creatures they keep calling themselves the Spared. And every once in a while they'll run into these like they're humanoid looking, but every once in a while they'll run into these pale versions of them with fangs and burning red eyes. And the camp collectively has decided just to leave that area alone, and it's not worth it.
Fangs and burning red eyes.
Some have gone missing. And so they say that they've been exploring more of the mountain areas, not all of its tunnels. They've actually been branching out a lot further than, they've ever done before. And a lot of these giants are new to the area, so they've never even been here. They weren't really told that we were looking for anything other than just to explore and learn and expand. And there are these creatures called lamias out and about. Some of them look
we know those.
snake-like.
Well, I do tell him that these tunnels were of interest to us. that we may go down and explore them ourselves before confronting Karzov. It seems like Karzog wants something, and if we can find it before he does, it would probably help us.
And then he points up to the sky, and you guys see another dragon flying by.
Mm-hmm.
I thought we were in a tent.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Maybe later. But
Maybe the tent has like a little hole in it.
yeah, there you go. Yeah, just see a
There's
shadow.
Maybe there's a
casting
hole. I guess
over
maybe
you.
there's a hole for like, because they said maybe they built fires in here, so there's a smoke hole.
All right. Well, uh, I am ready to move on. Is everyone else here?
Yep.
Yeah, sure.
I think so.
I'm not looking forward to fighting a dragon, but I think that is something that needs to be done.
Unique challenge.
So if you guys bid your farewells, he will wish you luck, and it might take you some time to get there, and he recognizes that, so he will make sure that the word to be ready is spread, and we will watch for the skies, because surely he will fly.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, we better be able to combat this thing in the
Unless we
air.
can catch him in his lair.
That wouldn't be likely,
Why not?
because his lair is in the open skies on top of a tower. He sees all, from all angles. So in other words, it's kind of like a lighthouse or whatnot, you know, so yeah. Good luck trapping him in that shit. Perhaps with the right spells, but yeah.
I believe in you, Henrik.
If you put a lot of work into it, you might be able to engineer some way where you fight him within like an enclosed space that you create.
Right. But let's worry first about getting there.
Yeah.
One step at a time. So do you guys leave the tent?
Mhm.
One last words? Anything?
Well, I wish him luck.
Okay. He says
So I'll be
perhaps
right back.
we'll meet again.
I hope so.
Yeah, so just for the heck of it, give me one more. Does your service thought thing have a per day or
My what?
your surface
Service thoughts? No, I can.
Okay.
I can do that. I can just do that whenever I want.
All right, give me one more, just cause.
Okay.
Still not quite enough. For the most part, it seems like he's gonna hold to his end of the deal, and if the said or any distraction occurs, he plans on taking the leave with as many giants as he possibly can.
Yep. I feel like this ability is most likely not going to work against most things that have, you know, class levels. Because yeah, they oppose bluff check.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, when it does work, it's pretty awesome, and you get to just do it for free, so it's pretty strong.
Mm-hmm.